beautiful people. I hope everyone's doing well today. We're back. We did it. I was just in Osaka for the last, almost 7 days. Actually, I think it was slightly longer. Almost exactly a week. I wanted to start the stream a teensy bit earlier. And then even whenever I did launch the stream, I went to go make my coffee, which is usually what I do right before I sit down and hit go. You said 10 jokes to your friends, think you would make them laugh. No pun intended. Hi, Legion. Holy smokes. That's a good pun. I've never seen that one before. I love a good dad joke. Yeah, so I went to go make my coffee, and then whenever I sat down, pow. Or whenever I started the water boiling, I realized that the entire sink was full of dishes from this morning's pancake escapade. So, yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad you're in a jovial mood. This game is something of a joke, so you're in the right place. Anywho, we're back. We're back from a week-long hiatus. We're doing some Limbus. While I was gone, of course, I did not do any pulls. I didn't do any story content. None of that stuff. That's all stream reserved. But I did keep up with my dailies, and I did my mirror dungeons. So the team has been able to get, no momentum whatsoever because I'm not spending any consumables. But now I've got a nice hefty sum of threads to do some upties. You say the new banners are worth it? And I mean, I'm a total idiot. Holy shit. I have a question. When you say banner, I think about this page. Yeah, I think about this page and slapping on like cosmetics, but you don't mean that. You mean at the not the dispensary, the extraction area. These are new banners. Yeah? The target extractions? Yeah. Well, honestly, like Heathcliff is one of the characters, and I know that everybody said that Wild Hunt Heathcliff is like goated with the sauce. I think he requires more micromanagement than I'm willing to apply. Call me crazy, but whenever like you give me a you give me a system in which 90% of the time or more than 90% of the time clicking the skip button or the win rate button and then the go button is the correct way to play the game. Heathcliff, this Wild Hunt Heathcliff does not seem to do as much damage as, I mean, even the one who shall grip Sinclair or Drifting Blade of Hong Yuan Liushin. Like, even I would say that even the new, like, I don't know if this is new or not, but even my new Ishmael, the LCD OSIR team Ishmael, seems to do more damage than Heathcliff. He doesn't, like, he's not exciting to me at all. Like, and I get, like, aesthetically he's cool. He's got that Doulahan thing that he can do. That's wonderful and stuff. That's fancy. But no, he doesn't really seem, I don't know, he doesn't really seem all that good. I'm gonna skip this because I don't want, these stories sometimes contain spoilers and I don't want to be spoiled. So we're gonna, if we get a little story up tie thing, I'm gonna skip it. Cause I'm not, I'm not into spoilers. That's right, we got our beach episode. We got to do the beach, we're at the beach episode now. We're gonna go do the beach episode thing. I just wanted to up tie a couple of characters because it looks like to me I've got a bleed team. I have like my Honglu, my Mama Otis, And then my God, names. Fucking I had her name like in my, it's on the tip of my tongue. Fuck. Rodian. It's not a common name. Rodian, my Ishmael, like they're all bleed. So I have a bleed team. Use Wild Hunt in your sinking 15 floor mirror dungeon run. Honestly, like mirrored, doing up to the 5th floor on mirror dungeons is so incredibly boring. I'm aware that hard mode has a bit more involved in it, but for right now, I'm not looking forward to doing any kind of deeper mirror dungeon things. I think I'm gonna need to have like a team set up for it though. And yeah, power creep is a power creep is a hell of a thing. These kind of games that have gacha mechanics also, they need to incentivize you to get the newest thing anyway. That you need an incentive to play. So of course they're gonna make the new stuff strong. Come on, mister, we both know how much money you're keeping that safe. The child said smugly, her smirk exuding an air of sharp cynicism. The Kurokuma clan isn't too different from most syndicates. Their day job is to shake down households and businesses in the back streets, squeezing out every bit of spare change, all of which they label as protection fees. Curiously, the child was being particularly harsh on the establishment out of all the other places. Perhaps she heard somewhere that this man was an infamous miser and figured his money would feed her starving goons. The child looked as if she could wrench the man by the collar and behead him at any moment, but something was holding her back. She's probably hoping to stay out of trouble since unauthorized action is forbidden in her syndicate. Oh, how fortunate for him. It looks like a guide has arrived to distract her. Rodeo, we've got a GN finally taking hands off these shoddy missions. Okay, so there's good news, huh? The acronym Loving Guide nodded with a fellow smirk and then added as she lit her cigarette, we're about to have our swords dance with the blade lineage. Free lunacy. That is true. Free lunacy. And there's a Kurokuma Ryoshin as well. That sounds interesting to me. I like the sets, like having characters be inside the same group, like having characters synergize if they're all part of the middle. I think that's a really neat idea. All right, so we've got our upties that I wanted to do are done. And now whenever I do mirror dungeons moving forward, my plan is to use these two along with a bleed team and have them just, you know, the bleed teams seem incredibly powerful to me. Just you get anything up to 99 bleed and it just kills itself, which is fun. All right, Mudflat Scrapyard, and we're off to battle. Are you sure you want to try this? Your level is garbage. I'm just noticing this, and somebody could correct me if I'm wrong. I wasn't a huge SpongeBob head when I was a kid, but her sueno impossible, like this text on the spear, is this not SpongeBob font? Like it's SpongeBob font, right? Like a few hours later kind of thing. Like it's the same font. This cannot be. How art we to enjoy our vacations at a locale such as this? This may come as a surprise to you, Don Quixote, but Virgilius never mentioned that we were here on vacation. Well, it's rather quaint and what's the point of showing us that beautiful beach earlier then? Right? I wish I never even saw the beach. Then I wouldn't be so disappointed. Hark! Right thither is the Afrisine beach. There's like a wait, that's not a beach, it's just painted on the wall. Wherefore are we not journeying in that direction? Its air appears pristine, its skies, its air appears pristine, its skies clear. I have no idea what font SpongeBob uses for the text. I think that's the font.
Because that's not our destination.
This cannot be. I shall hydrate breed. The sinners' faces grew dark with disappointment. Can't say that I wasn't a little excited to have some proper rest myself, but I had a feeling this was going to happen. So, where is this exactly? It'd be in everyone's interest to focus on what's next. Consider that many fonts are really similar to one another. That's true. That's true. But I think it also kind of is funny, that it's Don Quixote that has, you know, that like SpongeBob adjacent font on her spear, considering how seriously she takes herself and how seriously SpongeBob takes himself. In a lot of cases, you know, it's one of those things where she's like a meme character, and SpongeBob, like everything he does is a meme.
This is
District 21, Backstreets of U Corp. Damn it, we're really not ready for this.
yes.
So that's why there hasn't been congestion since the tunnel, because we're not in a nest?
That depends on the nest and the backstreets, so such generalizations are not encouraged.
Would I take her seriously at all? Don Quixote? I don't think so. I think anybody speaking in that kind of like old English form in this day and age, they can't be taking themselves seriously. How am I expected to take them seriously?
That seems to be the case this time, however.
Is that a private beach over there? The water, its colors are very different from the sides. I see a boundary, as though hewn by a blade. Those are telltale signs of the place's nature.
Indeed, this is
The Great Lake. That's just how it's always been. You can assume that a well-maintained vacation spot like that is usually Nest territory.
my explanations keep getting hijacked.
Well, maybe you should shut the fuck up, Faust. Does this place count as the backstreets when it's so open?
The definition of backstreets isn't limited to literal streets between buildings. It refers to all territories within districts not embraced by the nests.
Oh, agreed. Thank you. Love. I wouldn't take any of these characters seriously, to be honest. I think Merceau. I would take Merceau seriously. He seems like a genuine, earnest, and honest person. I value honesty pretty much above all else. So I don't know. Something about most of the characters seems like they're like goofy goobers. I will say that Ishmael seems semi-serious. Like I would probably take Ishmael seriously. Yi Sang also. I feel like he's those. I think those are probably the three. I think those are the three. Take Virgil seriously because I don't want to get my ribs broken. Dante can be taken serious. I don't know, man. He's got a clock for a head. He did say Shuckaroonies. Thank you for reminding me of that, Necro. I had a week break after that, and Shuckaroonies completely left my mind. Dante is going to have to work really, really hard to recover from that. Right.
Look at all this mingling rubbish. This place is in shambles. You'd be gobsmacked if we weren't in the back streets.
Oh, behold, hither is rather useful.
Well, finish your sentence.
It moved.
What?
This radio. It moved. Do the radios of District 21 scamper about?
What are you talking? What are you all about? Whoa!
At Heathcliff's cry, everyone turned towards a certain pile of trash. Dante learns more from his mistakes than the average gacha main character. Yeah, he's isekai'd, right? Like, or not isekai'd. I don't know. It's not isekai. The amnesia trope. He's got the amnesia trope. So he gets the world explained to him, and because we get to see the world through his eyes, we get the world explained to us little by little as we go along. But he's definitely less stupid than the average person. God, this is so much better on console or on the monitor. Seriously, like I played I logged in every day and did my dailies every single day while I was on vacation. I was not on vacation. I was working in Osaka. While I was in Osaka, I checked every day and played every day. I hate phone games. Tell me which gacha character doesn't have amnesia. I don't know, Legion, because I don't play gachas. I have like a strict no gacha rule. So I don't know really any protagonists from gacha games. But I wouldn't be surprised if it was just a trope that was outplayed 95% of the. I believe you uncritically because what you just said matches my biases. Generally speaking, I have very low opinions of gacha games. They're oftentimes just a vessel for their microtransactions. Like, the gameplay is all secondary to the monetization of said gameplay. This has some exceptions to it, but in a lot of ways, the gameplay is made worse, I think, by the implementation of gacha. So, I won't go on another rant today, but we'll leave it at that. Just yeah. Dante having amnesia is beneficial for driving the story forward without me having no fucking idea what's going on. Even having played Lobotomy Corporation to 100% and then followed that up by playing Library of Ruina to 100%, both of those games are isolated within Lobotomy Corporation, obviously within the corp, and then Library of Ruina isolated to within the library. You get to see glimpses outside, which is a little bit more than in the other two games, but like in Limbus Company, we're driving around in a sea of confusion and like a world that is very opaque. It's difficult to learn. If I never reveal my backstory, that's true. That's true. 5% of them pretend to have amnesia to avoid talking about themselves. Agreed, like every single canto is like them finally coming clean and being honest about who they are. But yeah, all these guys are idiots. Honkai Impact didn't really have amnesia. I wanted to be bald and never got to be bald. That's my backstory. There's a drug out there. If you want to be bald, you can be bald. It's possible. Bald is awesome. It's the best right now. We did 100% Lobotomy Corporation, so we did see all of the abnos, including bald is awesome. Honestly, like, I was complaining. I complain a lot whenever I'm playing games. It's if you've been here, you know. If you know, you know. But I was complaining quite a bit about Lobotomy Corporation, and now I look back on Lobotomy Corporation with wistful longing. Like, that game has a lot of flaws. It's a buggy mess, and I had a bunch of really ridiculous, goofy shit happen while I was playing it, but man, it's a good game. It's a good game. Is that what having a lobotomy is like? Because I've obviously, well, maybe it's not obvious. I don't know. I've never had a lobotomy before, but I don't think it would be like the game, the video game Lobotomy Corporation. God, that attack slaps. Straight up. Like, and Heathcliff's over here like 7-1-1-1-1-1, and your girl over there does fucking 96 damage. When you get a lobotomy, you see the world the way Yasad does. I can actually believe that just because Yasad speaks like he's been lobotomized already.
So what are these bug crab things?
Hey now, what are you looking at me for? What makes you think I'd know? That's racist. It's like, you all know each other, right?
I won't even look at you, paranoid, that's what. can't even talk about bugs around this guy.
Ugh. They're trash crabs. They're what? Ishmael interjected all of a sudden. Trash crabs? They collect trash or scrap like that on their shells, and they use them as homes and weapons. They're a tiresome lot. They ambush people working by the waters, attack those wandering in the area, and their number grow by the day. But they're just one of the innumerable small fries of the Great Lake. What's more important and more treacherous is... I was about to check in with Ishmael, as I probably shouldn't let this go on for any longer, but... Hey guys, already hard at work, huh? A couple of people in overalls seem to be approaching from a distance. Mika, there are valued customers. Watch your manners. Oh, okay, I guess. I don't... What did she say? What are those R&Ts? I think she's calling them rags and tags. Rain, they're calling us rag tags. Do I really have to watch my manners? They could be enemies. You two, identify yourselves. Have you not been informed about us at all? No, not at all. That's why I'm suspicious of you two, coming up with seemingly plausible yet unverifiable identities like spies. What the fuck are you talking about, Otis? I'm sorry, wouldn't real spies come up with a more structured approach?
Indeed, Otis. They are our cooperators who will be assisting us this time.
Then speak sooner next time.
Pleased to meet you, Mika. Raid, we are LCB, also known as the Limbus Company Bus Department.
Bus, right. That's what that person said too. You guys are the bus blokes.
I was informed that the LCC before T was here first by that person. Do you mean?
Sorry, let me check the business card again. LCCB, right. All accounted for. Now that we're clear, why don't we continue this conversation back at the shop? Let's take a look at the bus too. This is an awkward place to talk, you know? We're their customers? Okay, care to tell us what we're doing here?
Our destination, U-Corp, is a nest composed of various nautical structures. Therefore, Mephistopheles, in its current form, cannot reach there. And the Great Lakes environs are unpredictable. You're going to need a ship that can withstand such capriciousness. That's right, which is why we sought out a contract with an adequate shop to modify the bus. Huh. Adequate, you say? Oh, he's saying that Faust isn't adequate to modify the bus into a ship. Let's go in. Did our last staff dinner really hit the budget that hard? I thought we were allowed to eat as much as we wanted. Like Rhodia said, looking at a somewhat dilapidated shop made me curious about the company's finances, but nothing good could ever come out of this conversation, so I decided to table the thought. Nothing good could ever come of discussing the company's finances, so you better just not. Better just not. Do you think he rotates the bat to make sure revenge is always showing on it? He absolutely rotates the bat to make sure that revenge is always showing on it. God, he's such an insufferable piece of shit. Do others point out when it isn't showing? Oh. I think Necro might be onto something. You think he like carved it in there or wrote it on there and then afterwards was like,
what if said it? What if somebody can't see it? I'll write it 4 times. You just like this.
Probably. I would never believe Rodian's lust if I would not play the game. I'd say she's the definition of gluttony instead. Yeah, I mean, she gives off like hedonistic vibes, but like I never got, I don't know, lusty vibes from her. I mean, physically, she's obviously like gorgeous. But yeah, I don't, she doesn't act that way. Wayne, I'm going to take a look at this bus. So why don't you get them to entertain the guests. Okay. The sinners were led into what appeared to be a workshop packed with tools and various mechanical apparatus. It seems to me that this workshop is capable of making more sophisticated modifications than it initially appeared. How you recognize these? During the war, it was of utmost importance to have a general understanding of arms and gear workshops. I'll be right back. You need to go out? Here. Game is game. I think that's true, Legion. That's true. that is, and I think Necro is cooking right there. Why not both? Why don't you combine all of the 7 deadly sins together? With the exception of the ones that are just incompatible. I feel like you can't be both wrathful and slovenly. I guess you could be really lazy about it, but I feel like wrath requires a certain amount of fervor that a sloth just wouldn't really be able to just work themselves up for it. Yes, you prove it. Prove it. Prove it. I'm speculating. You're making a claim. Prove it. Aha. This awkward conversation was cut short by a sudden and deafening noise. What's that sound? Well, wrath and envy go together quite well, actually. Was there that they did in the movie 7, right? Like, if you haven't seen that movie, go see that movie. But like, they absolutely did that combination right there. It was like the last 2 in the movie. What's that sound? That was Mephistopheles' scream, or the alarm, rather. I'm sorry, I think I did something wrong. Are those stomping noises also you, Mika? Look outside! They appear to be of the same species as the one we encountered earlier. They do look pretty similar. They're not pretty similar. They're indeed the same species. Everyone outside now! Outside, a giant enemy crab with a massive shipping container on its back loomed over us. Well, at least for a brief moment, we were soon overwhelmed by the sound of heavy metal scraping against the floor. Men, spread out!
What we have to get cracking this time?
Just as we were all collectively losing our minds, it's Noggin, of course, a dark figure leapt down from somewhere onto the creature's head. Screech! Sit still, quit struggling. Whoop. A blinding light and deafening... I just heard like the music in the background is giving me like a 1980s action transformation sequence. I dig the sound design in this particular part. A blinding light and deafening explosion assault the crab's shell. Is it fleeing? The figure leaped gracefully from the back of the fleeing creature and slowly approached us. This is a vibe. This is like completely impractical, but this is a vibe. You could be angry and lazy at the same time. Yeah, but sloth is like actually not like, it's not just laziness. It's just like not taking any action. And anger is not wrath. Greed is always the dumb sin because it overlaps. Greed overlaps with like all of it. I think they can all go together with greed. Ryoshi's more wrath is because of Kento. I have no idea. No spoilers. I'm not reading any further. She squelched over the depressing mud flat in her swim fins and stood before us, a colossal harpoon resting on her shoulder. Right, so you lot are the bus people that fella mentioned? After some time passed. Allow me to formally introduce them with Olga this time. Hey, I remember her. She's from the second game. They're from the Moor Boatworks, here to help us with modifications for Mephistopheles. Although it might be a different Olga, I have no idea. It's a self-defense mechanism, Legion. As soon as I hear something that I haven't seen mentioned, I immediately stop reading the rest of the sentence. It's a self-defense mechanism. If you're telling me it's safe to read the rest, I'll read. Yeah. I will get there whenever I finish it. I didn't read that part because I heard mention of Canto 9 and then the rest of it just became a blur to my brain. Oh, we're getting a whole intro and everything. Color me flattered. Big sis, they're still our dear customers. We should watch our... Come on. I didn't do nothing wrong, did I, bugger? I didn't even do anything yet. Yet being the key word here. Our business just opened, so there's nothing wrong with being a little careful. All will be revealed to you in time. Everybody says that. All will be revealed to me in time, but they underestimate my ability to misinterpret, misunderstand, and to be completely clouded and glazed over by frustrating game mechanics. I'd imagine the sudden switch in your career path couldn't have been easy. Was it manageable? Olga, grade 5 fixer. Yeah, we remember her. Virgilius, thank you for coming in and mentioning. Well? Fixer? What? Thou Thou art a fixer? I thought I had caught a scent of a noble one. Wherefore hast thou strayed from the path of a fixer? The life of a fixer must have been a grueling one, surely. Where was thy most prolific district? Which association and which test hast thou taken to rise to become a grade 5 fixer? A workshop exam at Trey Association? Indeed. Fine, yes, I understand. I apologize, Olga. Soon there will be a peace and quiet. The red gaze. Greetings, I guess? Blimey, it's been so long since I had to be so polite. Well, that's polite enough. It seems that people have been returning one by one from the books since the incident at the library. How was it for you? Same story here. One moment I was like, huh? Am I dead? And next, I'm suddenly waking up somewhere around here. No Mika, no rain, stomach hankering. Thought I should grab myself a nosh, so... And, how'd it go again? A trash crab appeared. You fashioned a few things around you until a weapon smashed its head in, turned it into a barbecue. Bob's your uncle. And Fanny's your aunt. Tasted like arse, though. Then you started selling scrap metal from the back of those crabs. Okay, Rain, how about I leave the storytelling to you, yeah? Huh. That Olga lady's got a pretty flippant personality, huh? Yeah, Rhodia, like someone else I know. I have no idea who you're talking about. Oh ho ho, what's this? That's a prosthetic head, isn't it? Well, sis, big sis, we'll be here all day if you keep derailing. Okay, alright, gotcha. Why his parents named him Rain? Could be. I mean, that's not the weather right now. I mean, right, what is it? The UK right now is boiling over. The woman they called Olga fell back, clicking her tongue, and a man they called Rain came forward, bringing us up to speed. He was a fixer, working alongside Olga and Mika until they were all sucked into the library, getting wrapped up in these things called receptions. And just when he thought he was a goner, he suddenly came to, began wandering, and found Olga. They began collecting scrap metal together, with Mika joining along the way, and they ended up running a workshop, almost like they used to run the office back in the old days. So there wasn't any particular order in which they returned from the book. The patterns have yet to reveal themselves to me. Virgilius muttered something to himself, looking at Faust, who stood near him. Faust nodded silently. I knew that there was something between the two of them, but it was already about something apocryphal that I couldn't even begin to understand. Besides, I was starting to get worried about Ishmael, who was growing increasingly distraught. It was about time I talked to her about her sudden change. Ishmael, so this is your canto. I mean, so you've been here before. It looked like you've recognized these crabs from earlier. Yes, is that a problem? Huh? No, not really. I'm just wondering how they taste. It sounds like people eat those crabs. I can see plain as day that you're trying to do with that inane question, but I'll entertain it anyway. Yes, I've had it more than a few times as a crab chowder. It was pretty digestible flavor once I got past the vomit traveling back up my esophagus. Does that answer your question? Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I didn't think that was the best question I could have come up with, but her reception was much colder than I expected. It's boiling in entire Europe. You're boiling there. I'm sorry to hear that you're boiling. And in Europe, it's super early for you, isn't it? I mean, you must wake up as early or earlier than me. Jeezy Pete's. So that thing is edible, huh? Ugh. It almost looks like an abnormality or a distortion. No, I don't think it's an abnormality or a distortion. Really? Then all things are crab, Sinclair. Don't you know? Oh, it's like near 3 a.m. Okay, so maybe you don't wake up early, you stay up late. Since Dante can distinguish between an abnormality and a distortion, they were able to tell without... a million humble apologies. Since Dante can distinguish between an abnormality and a distortion, they were able to tell without me explaining. They're living organisms, mutants if you will. Theoretically speaking, there shouldn't be any problem with ingesting them. Grandmother used to collect mutated animals too. I've never seen anything like this one though. What a priceless experience. Yeah, so they're pretty much our daily grub. The woman called Mika was walking over from the inside the boat workshop, an inscrutable look on her face. Mika, so how much of it do we gotta work on here? You know, there's a thing that my father, who worked in a workshop, used to say. The whole shebang. Whoa.
all the way down to the edges or something like that?
No, not that far. I won't dare go tinkering with that thing either. I saw the internals of the bus and it's on a whole nother level of complexity. But yeah, pretty much everything else has to be changed. No flotation device, no propellers, no steering gear, nothing. So what do we do now? This was to be expected. Please present us with a solution. Did the manager say something or do they just tick-tock sometimes? Well, anyway, we do have a plan to fix it. What we lack are the parts. Parts for the bus. What do you need to collect, scrap or something? Exactly. And from what I've seen so far, I'm certain you and your company are cut out for the job. With that, Mika pointed away toward where the trash crabs were. Defeat the trash crabs and you should be able to collect the scrap they're carrying. How many do we need to kill? A lot? Of course. That's what we're here for, right? Precisely. Your job at this stop is to collect parts to modify the bus. It's a far simpler and easier job than retrieving a golden bow. Now then, while I converse with our cooperators, everyone to the beach. That is no beach. Yes, it is. Even that mud flat is part of the Great Lake, also known as the sea. Honglu's just a weirdo? Yeah, but he's a weirdo in the most delightful way. He's like the it's not even like well-meaning rich kid. He's just like, what's the line from The Walking Dead when Carol just wakes up from like a coma and she's in the kingdom and there's like the king and he's speaking in like antiquated English and he's got a fucking tiger sitting on the throne at the theater and she's like in a wheelchair and she gets wheeled in there and is meeting with him and she's like, I have no idea what's going on in the most wonderful way. I feel like Honglu is like that. He has no idea what the fuck is going on, but he's doing it in the most wonderful way. There goes Mama Otis popping off again. I probably should read at like what the conditions are that require her to do her special moves, her special attacks. But everything dies before she gets to really get warmed up, so I don't know. I don't really have an incentive to yet. 6 Envy Res or Stamp of Vengeance. 6 Envy Res. I don't know what Envy Res means. It's not going to happen without the full middle team. Okay. Oh, 6 Resonance. I see. You need 6 Envy happening at the same time. Or a Stamp of Vengeance. Got it. Got it. That makes sense. Yeah, and without yeah, I've done the connect thing before, and I've built in the beginning, before I was told that I was a fool for paying attention to the colors. I was picking characters based on their resonance and trying to get all of the characters to use resonant skills. There's a way to make her do the unseal faster, but you really need specific set of things to happen. That makes sense. Middle team is the team that cares about res. I mean, like, I feel like the middle team is the team for me, but I only have one middle character. I think it's the best middle character, but we've only got the one. We've been at it for about 2 days, perhaps. We were able to defeat a considerable number of trash crabs and collect enough scrap to fill a whole wagon and then some. Right, I think this will be enough for us to get started. Can we rest now? Listen, I can hear my shoulders creaking with every move. Rudian, can you stop that? It looks like you're flexing at them. Well, it'll take some time to modify the bus, so we'll at least have a few days to enjoy. Though this place doesn't exactly resemble a tourist attraction. The sinners were all busy stretching and chattering, relieved that the work was finally over. But I had a terrible feeling that this was probably not the end of our toil. Enjoy what? Huh? Of course I knew it. I said it was enough to get started. Which means you'll have to go collect more scrap, of course. How much more, to be exact? I about 5 times the amount you've collected so far. Mika, we're gonna have to work on the real wheels too. Sorry, 7 times. Considering our current productivity rate, it seems that we will not be provided with the adequate rest. Perhaps reducing the time dedicated to sleep would contribute to our collective effort. No, this cannot be. We simply cannot. Don Quixote looked as though she was about to collapse, a woeful look on her face. Hang on a second, though. How does collecting these pieces of scrap even help modify the bus? Of course, we're simply bolting these scraps onto the bus willy-nilly. Oh, of course, if we were simply bolting these scraps onto the bus willy-nilly, it wouldn't amount to much. But using U-Corp's singularity to fuse the parts, we can make them work as though they were tailor-made for the bus. U-Corp, I thought their deal was some kind of food packaging tech. You know, stuff that stops contents inside from spoiling or changing in a way that you can... any way until you open the packaging. I used to eat a bunch of their canned food. Funny, Big Sis said the exact same thing. Some nests have more than one way of using their singularity. In case you didn't know. If the working principle is the same, one could always utilize the singularity's fundamentals to patent a singularity-based technology at A-Corp. U-Corp is not only known for its stasis prevention packaging, but it's also for resonance tuning fork. Resonance tuning fork? Just like that bastard, entwined, fused with things. She's got that haunted look on her face, and eventually devour them all as though they've never even existed. Ishmael, what's the problem? Dante, you have to tell Virgilius immediately. Tell him that we have to collect the golden bows of other branches first. Give me a moment, Ishmael. Are you okay? No, we are not ready. We are inexperienced. We don't know enough about the Great Lake, nor about the whale. Oh, here comes the Moby Dick episode. I know. I'll help you out. I'll help you make Virgilius understand. We shouldn't go there, not yet. I'm telling you, that place is...
Blimey, what's got into you, eh? What, get indigestion for the crab chowder or something?
We all scraped through the same crab guts, but I'm totally fine.
So what's got you throwing a fit? This ain't your first time of going on knowing it about what we're doing. We've been dead enough times to get used to it.
Dying your way through a mission isn't really something to be proud of, Heathcliff. If we were your average fixers, we would have been dead and gone on our very first mission. Our names scraped clean from whatever agency's registry. Or association's registry.
You think me daft? I've had enough years toiling and brushing with my teeth. The syndicates in the back streets, you know I've got a warm wife. But it's different now. Clockface is here to bring us back every time.
I hate Heathcliff so much. Guys. Guys. When does he get better? Is it Canto 6? Don't you think we've simply been lucky that Dante was able to bring us back intact?
What's the with his attitude? If an abnormality cracks my skull through the corner, I'll let it crack my leg next time. We keep crawling back until it's smashed to pieces, you know?
Oh, so you think we've seen everything there's to see at this point? You know that's not true. In worst case scenario, Dante could turn the clock all day and not be able to bring us back. What if we encounter something we can never come back right from? Especially that monstrous whale. Never mind.
Oh, don't do that. Like I won't understand the thing. It knocks me when you treat me like a stupid soul. You.
Now, if you will allow me to inquire... It was perhaps because he was never really the type to do such a thing, but the crowd immediately fell silent when Yi Sang suddenly, loudly, and uncharacteristically intruded upon their argument. Let us call to mind the various desires of ours that we so enthusiastically proclaimed on our journey here. It is true there is still significant toil to be had, yet it can also be said that we have accomplished a certain milestone. Perhaps a momentary respite is warranted. Isn't that true, Dante? Yi Sang. Dante, the way he says, I don't know, like in my mind, like Yi Sang? This is the first time Yi Sang appeared so dependable since we started our bus journey. I nodded emphatically. Yeah, I agree with Yi Sang. I think we can slow down for a bit and do some team building activities together. How's that sound? That sounds fucking horrible. Just give me the day off. Dear manager, don't make people do team building exercises. People fucking hate it. Sure, I think you guys can take some time off. We'll let you know once we're ready. Excelsior! In that case. I say, can we partake in a game of beach volleyball? With Don Quixote's well-timed assist, the almost icy mood seemed to defrost slightly. Combat! I have witnessed it myself. There was, and I speak with certainty, what hath appeared to be a ball of sorts amongst the stranded trash. 'Twould be no puffery to say that 'tis true injustice to deny ourselves merriment when a ball, able bodies, and a beach await us. Can we really call this a beach, though? Don Quixote, I told you we're not here for vacation. That I am well aware, dear Gregor. I appreciate thine advice, yet I simply do not have it within mine heart to deny such a proposal when an opportunity to bring us together presents itself. Yeah, okay. At least hold back that big grin next time, why don't you? Yes, I am in agreement with Don Quixote. He sang? Upon reflection, I have no memory of engaging in such a sport with my fellows. I cannot say that I am particularly talented in games of ball variety, but this appears to be as good a time as any to experience it for once. So let us partake in this game of volleyed balls. Sheesh. We're so not ready. Ishmael's like, we're not ready for the beach volleyball episode yet. Hold. This isn't the time to play ball games. We've been slacking too much as of late. Yeah. We were too lucky last time. Ishmael was starting to practically ooze all over with an ominous aura. It might be a good idea to divert her attention for a bit. Let's play beach volleyball. A wise decision. I shall retrieve ball et ball. Oh boy. This is a downtime activity designated by none other than our executive manager. Everyone quit grimacing and accept it with gratitude. Alright. I just hope I don't pull my back playing this time. This game. I am aware of the rules and the specifications of this game. Allow me to draw the arena. There were grumbling sinners, beaming sinners. Did I say Anne Sinclair? Oh no, reticent sinners. Their reactions were all varied, but everyone eventually moseyed out to an empty lot to play beach volleyball. I stretched, hoping that this activity would help break up the tense atmosphere. Some time later. Now let us commence! The field was drawn over a squelchy mud flat. The worn ball rocketed into the air with Don Quixote's serve. Is this how this game is played? With Yi Sang's nice receive, it was starting to look like we had a proper game going. And look, Ishmael in the background. Yep, you're pretty good. Hup. Oof. Meaningless. All of this is meaningless. Hup. Otis, I think that serve would have killed me if I hadn't dodged it in time. Consider this part of our training. Yoshu, you're not supposed to hit the ball with your sword. Forsooth, I have received thy ball. Hup. We're wasting time we could be using to study the whale's characteristics. Oh. And we don't even have a compass to guide us through the Great Lake. Damn it, and that bastard still gotta be alive somehow.
For fuck's sake, woman!
Heathcliff, unable to stand Ishmael's attitude any longer, kicked the ball with enough force that it might just burst. And the ball flew way over the mark and toward the boundary, separating us from the pristine beach we saw a few days ago. Did the ball just pop? It most certainly has. There appears to be a field of plasma invisible to our eyes. Field of plasma? Who put a field of plasma on the beach? A barrier of sorts installed to separate the nest from the back streets. Along the borders of every nest are installations that serve the same function, though their specific methods may vary. Of course, there are always fences and whatnot to stop backstreets residents from crawling into their precious nests. But with that technology, they could have simply made the ball disappear without a trace instead of leaving the torn mess. Which gotta mean they want to enjoy watching clueless souls be ripped to pieces. I bet. Glad the rich folks are having so much fun with our lives. I have no comment to make regarding the device's particular purpose or its sadistic nature. It took me a whole hour of mine time to procure this ball. Brace yourselves. The sound of ball popping attracted the trash crabs. More trash. Aren't all crabs trash crabs? I think all crabs are trash crabs. Don't they all feed on trash and refuse?
We'll have a chat after this.
I really thought that this could be an activity to dramatically bring us all together. It's all gone to hell. Why does this keep happening?
Isn't it about time you get used to this, manager bud? Come on.
Let's first take care of business. Gregor, my rock.
사정없이 몰아칠 테니. 좋아. 발광, 차단.
I'm a sleepy bean. I took the bus home from Osaka yesterday, and it was a night bus, so I was on the bus from 10:30 at night until 6:30 in the morning. And a bunch of American travelers took their shoes off on the bus, and their feet smelled like shit and stank up like the entire area of the bus I was standing in. So not only could I just not sleep, not use my phone, or really move in any way, I also had the smell of stinky boy feet floating around in the air. It was disgusting. So I'm sleepy. I'm a sleepy bean. I had a really good night's rest last night, but nothing really quite shakes off that feeling of just like not getting a night's sleep, other than just a couple of days of normal rest. I probably won't be right until Wednesday. Nailed it. And by nailed it, I mean the game basically played itself. Is the story and combat?
하지만 그 후엔 길이 같으니 거들어주지.
Or just combat? The last one I think had the same symbol. I don't think there was a storybook in the last one, but we had story followed by combat. I like the ones that are just combat because they're over super quick and I get a bunch of resources for them. I think I might be getting sick too, so doing the voices can be a strain. Sinclair absolutely looks like he's ready to drop that axe down. Every single time I see him do that attack, I feel like he's about to hit again. But he doesn't. Maybe that's like a combo thing. If there's a resonance or whatever leading into that attack, he does an extra attack or something. Oh shit, that is something that I need to do. I have a ticket that gives me like a free ID. I need some help picking out that free ID. I still don't have a 3-star for Faust. I was thinking about getting the one who grips. Is it the Faust, the one who grips, or is that something else? I can't remember. I think it's Faust. The one who grips can't clash at all. How does that work? Is she just has support skills? Her numbers are ass. Perfect. Hey Ishmael. Yes. Can we talk at least for a bit? I called over to Ishmael once the battle was over. Right. I've never done anything like this before. I don't even know if this is the right thing to do or what kind of result this conversation is going to yield, but I can't just sit here and watch. Yeah, whatever. It looks to me that you've been preoccupied with something ever since we got here. You know, you're not really participating in group activities and things like that. Isn't it obvious? There's something more important at hand, but they're all busy enjoying themselves playing this stupid game. Something more important. Is this about the Great Lake? Yes. That we, in our current state, shouldn't go there? No. Right. So why do you think that we don't have a chance against whatever's in there? I told you, we're not ready. We're going to need at least half a year to acclimate to the Great Lake and the things that are there first. Or we could try to gain more experience enough to overwhelm our disadvantage. And that goes the same for you, Dante. You need to be strong enough to at least take care of yourself, which I can help with. And Otis, I'm sure she can help you with your training too. If push comes to shove, yes. What? Wait. Half a year? Ishmael, we just don't have that much time to spare. Really? Is that why we were playing beach volleyball? Because we don't have time to spare? And it's not like I'm saying that we should just sit on our butts and do nothing for half a year. I'm saying that we should visit other destinations first before coming back here. That is impossible. Not every location of the golden bows in the nests has been identified, and before team hasn't completed their preliminary surveys yet. Excuses. I've known for a while that you've had some fancy ulterior motive, and whatever that is, this is a mistake you won't ever forget. Perhaps. God, what a mess. In that case, we should at least map a detailed sailing route and plan out a combat strategy.
And on.
Jeez. She finally started to say something useful, and Heathcliff chimes in just to be a turd. I fucking hate this guy. Just when I thought our discussion was reaching a stalemate, Heathcliff butted in. What's your problem?
Shut your gob. Think you're the only one struggling here. We've all died more times than we can count, every single one of us. So I'm telling you that it'll work out again somehow.
She was saying something useful. I mean, I don't think she was necessarily stalling. She finally started to say, like, she said, it's a mistake you won't ever forget. Up until this point, she's been saying, let's leave. Let's not stay here. Finally, she says, this is a mistake. Faust says, maybe, or perhaps. And then she says, what a mess. And then she says, in that case, meaning, okay, moving forward under the assumption that we're going to be going into the Great Lakes, we need to map a detailed sailing route and plan out a combat strategy. So she's not talking like, oh my god, we're all gonna fucking die anymore. She's saying, okay, if we're gonna do this, we need to do this, this, and this. Starting to lay out her, not for half of a year. That's not in the context of this. No. She just said, I'm not saying we should sit on our butts for half a year. I'm saying we should visit other destinations before coming back here. That's not possible. And she says, okay, fine, whatever. If we're gonna do this, we need to have a detailed sailing route and plan out a combat strategy. That's not stalling. She's not stalling right now. She's accepted that they're going. She's finally accepted that they're going, and that's the moment that Heathcliff decides to get in and be a turd. I stand by that assessment. Go anywhere else for the golden bow except the one. No, that's not true. Listen, that's what she was saying up until 2 lines before it, like, it's what she's saying until that's not what she's saying. And this is the point that she's not saying anymore. Faust says, maybe it is a mistake, but we're going to need a detailed sailing route and plan on a comp. Anyway, just let me hate Heathcliff, okay? What I'm telling you is the Great Lake is different. What if the manager drowns? What if that thing eats us and our bodies can't be recovered? Do you understand? This isn't anything like we've been through so far. This could be the end of us. Then I won't have a chance to kill that bastard.
Alright, let's say you're right. If we go there, we'll all go to a bite and I won't be able to get back up. So what's wrong with faffing about for a little while? What are those wheels? What they off for something? You've been mucking up the mood ever since we got here, so how about you cause some bloody common sense and not bring everyone else down with you?
Oh my god. You've been mucking up the mood ever since we got here, says Heathcliff. Heathcliff is saying that somebody else is killing the mood. That's rich. Coming through. Thank you, Ishmael. What common sense do you have of the Great Lake? Have you seen a whale? Since when were you such a know-it-all? What do you even know about a sailor's life? How would you? All day you've been whining about your girlfriend or something, dozing off in the bus, or throwing a hissy fit once in a while.
Quit it.
It's kill or be killed by everything from the depths of the waters to the heights of the skies, crawling and falling onto the deck. Innumerable natural disasters like acid typhoons, tuna I can't. Tuna tsunamis? Cerebra storms, and a multitude of other terrors of the lake I can't even recall the names of. I'm like having a really hard time genuinely taking tuna tsunamis seriously. Like, tuna are big. They're big. They're big fish. But that is just. It's not quite as ridiculous as Sharknado, but it's on a verge. And from the storms, high waves as tall as mountains, falling at those fucking monsters that wash up on the deck. Look away for a moment, and your mate, who you've trusted with your life, is slain. Everyone and every goddamn thing. Mad. And it goes mad and is transformed into something else entirely on that abominable lake. It's something that a pathetic, lovey-dovey tenderfoot like you won't understand. Not after dying 100 deaths.
I told you to quit it. Charlie bit my finger.
Before anyone could even step in, Heathcliff swung wildly at Ishmael.
You don't know shit about me, a prick like you.
Fellows. Hey, fellas. The tussle was such a blitz that no one could even attempt to intervene. Yi-Sang almost looked pitiful as he stood there bewildered. For a moment it appeared as though Heathcliff had the upper hand, as his fist struck Ishmael right in her jaw. Just as Ishmael appeared to throw a punch, she kicked Heathcliff's legs, throwing him to the ground. Ishmael, wait! In the blink of an eye, Ishmael took up her mace. She raised it high as though she could strike it at any moment. Her arm trembled with uncontrollable fury.
Yeah, what'll you do? Bash my head in like I did you before? Fine, kill me, no matter. It'll be right as rain in a minute. I was a fool thinking you'd be any different from me. Everyone's the same after all.
What? Oh my god. I hate him so much. And the more that he tries to like,
I'm a human being too.
the more he does that, the more I think I'm going to hate him. I think I'm gonna like him less and less as time goes on. I don't know if I had to listen to Ishmael complain this much. I'm not listening to the 1% valid thing hidden in her ranting. I don't know. I'm just telling you what I read. I'm just telling you what I read. I wasn't sure that what caused her sudden change of heart, but it was a relief of sorts. At least she looked at Heathcliff with her eyes wide open and dropped the mace to the ground. I wished that I would not have to again be witness to such belligerency among friends. Yet such quarrels among fellows is but oh my god. Ineluctability, perhaps. Just a second. That's new word. Ineluctability. Quality of being impossible to avoid or evade. Ineluctable? Ineluctable. Okay. It's not a very complicated thing. It's just not a word I've seen. Now that brings me back. Watching them fight, we used to tussle just like they do now. Big sis, shush, shush.
Dante, I neglected to mention this to you since we've not had a dispute like this since our first mission, but you could be held responsible in the future for management failure should a similar workforce conflict arise. What the hell was I supposed to do about this? Right? What I wanted to say, but I managed to hold my metaphorical tongue. How does the fault lie with the executive manager, Faust? It's those two fools who got into the senseless altercation. Preventing senseless altercations between coworkers is a job of a manager.
Stop it, everyone.
Indeed, such behavior ill fits the heroic nature of Limbus Company. Sinclair's hesitance, Don Quixote's attempts to diffuse Faust's impassive voice, and Otis's increasingly rising voice in my defense. All of that combined was starting to get incredibly irritating. Stop. Guys, enough. I had no other recourse left at the moment. Ishmael, Heathcliff.
What?
The two of you, stop working together for a while. Distance yourselves. At least until I can think of a way to deal with you two.
It's not like I enjoy looking at her mug.
Okay. Thus, the mood fell into a pit as depressing as this mud flat. Okay. We have an approximate quote now, so feel free to go collecting those scraps. We spent the next few days collecting scraps with the rest of the sinners. He's not quite law level of insufferability, but god damn it, he's so fucking obnoxious.
하지만 그 후엔 흑수들보다도 뛰어나다는 길이 같으니 거들어주지.
목을 내놓고 있도록.
대풍. 이제 갖고 놀기.
Conk.
그쯤 해줬으니 보장 잡아.
The combat music change? I feel like this music is very different. Dun, 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 dun. And then the guitar riff. I don't know how I feel about it. I think I prefer the other combat music.
그럼 끝이다. 이제 내 뒤로.
직접 밝혀주마. 목을 내놓고 있도록. 떼어내주지.
태풍. 물어떨굴 수밖에. 나를 계속 고용해라. 봉헌의 여러 협객 중 내가 별나게 보일 수 있겠지. 하지만 그 후엔 흑수들보다도 뛰어나다는 걸 알게 될 거다. 그때는
The days were as suffocating for them as it was for me. Well, save for Otis, maybe. You there. Connecting those parts will cause an issue with the intake fan. What do we do then? That's like 3 separate wires. Amateurish. Allow me to demonstrate. This was nothing compared to what I had to do back in the day when I worked with the engineering corps. Otis, who appeared to be rather knowledgeable in engineering, continued to support Moeller Boatworks bus modifications.
Miss Faust, do you by any chance possess any documentation of the items that sinners may be partial to or have preference for in their personal information forms?
그런 것까지.
Olga in the background, drunk as fuck. We do not keep records of such details.
이상식.
You saying, as I've informed you repeatedly, it is the best policy as a sinner to leave the decisions to the managers. Oi, there's nothing like booze and getting right sloshed to mend a broken friendship. What, maybe you could try my secret weapon? No way, you mean the king trash crab brain wine that you've been talking about? Color me interested, actually. No, I don't think I will. I shall inquire them myself, thank you still. Doubt it'll work. Yisang was trying to come up with various ways to bring Heathcliff and Ishmael's feud to a close. Sink. No, Silo would be preferable here. Yes, perhaps doing so while they're still alive would be a way of pursuing a new direction in art, in the vein of an avant-garde spirit. My suggestion was not to inflict them further pain, simply a more appropriate method for engaging in culinary arts. I'm sorry, but when's dinner? You've been having the same conversation for the last 30 minutes. Marine, I'm dying here. I can hear the trash crabs going at it in my belly. Big sis, please get a hold of yourself. It seems that Ryosha and Merceau were trying to come up with a way to make trash crabs more palatable. Not that I had a taste buds or a mouth, but I was starting to resemble actual food, at least in its presentation. Kiddos, they're going that way. A child? I am not. Now, young Sinclair, el golpe de gracia. Gregor, I'll take his left leg. Gotcha. Hoop. Most other sinners were busying themselves with hunting trash crabs and collecting scrap. They say that practice makes perfect, and everyone was already performing rather well. Coordinated attacks, even without my input. As for Heathcliff, Gregor, are you showing off your rotisserie skills? Insipid. Your flames lack flair. Well, wait, he's just cremating it. It has been extracted. However, it can no longer serve its function as a proper source of nutrients. Give it hither. I have consumed not but 3 legs so far. Heathcliff.
Oi, that's, for God, I had a chat. I'm okay now.
Was it really just a chat?
Or just drop it. I won't trouble you lot no more, that's all. So, spare me some nosh.
I don't know if Virgilius really had just a talk with Heathcliff, but I'm glad that unlike most other times, he was here to at least get Heathcliff to calm down. But Ishmael... A moment, Dante. Well, as one-sided as this chat is going to be. As I'm sure you've already been told in brief, I conducted a little meeting with the 2 problem individuals. You'll see that the discipline has proven effective with Heathcliff, while Ishmael's case hasn't quite been resolved. Or to be more precise, there is no reason to resolve it. What are you talking about? You must be asking what I'm talking about. I hope you aren't expecting me to kindly explain everything to you. You will realize it on your own soon enough. After all, this babysitting and fostering nonsense is not a part of my work, Manager Dante. I know you're putting in extra work and I appreciated it. I'd like, if I didn't have to intervene anymore, you may consider the talk I voluntarily had with the 2 a small favor from me for your decent performance recently. Now I have remaining business with the fixers of Molar office. Like that, Ishmael was left alone with little progress to speak of. According to the people from the boatworks, she apparently snuck out alone late last night to make various preparations. Even when I visited her, when I found her hanging about and called her over to her, the haunted look, she didn't respond to me at all. She wasn't ignoring me, rather she seemed too deeply fixated on what she was doing. What should I do about her? No, what was I supposed to do then? While a clean answer still eluded me, Mephistopheles' Mise à mer was entering its final stages. Mise à mer? Mise à mer? I don't know, I can't do French. Je ne parle pas français.
불로 정화하고 깨끗한 세계를 세우라.
All the sinners, save for Ishmael, gathered to behold the finished product. Do I behold with mine eyes the transformed bus? Would one call this a bus boat or a boat bus? I think I'll go with bus boat. Where did the wheels go? We need them again once we're done with U-Corp's district. A needless concern. Of course, it has been modified to be amphibious, with both a boat form and a bus form. What is this, some kind of magic bus? The myriad of possibilities Mephistopheles holds means it has always been capable of various functions. Hasn't Faust expounded upon the detail once? Now, that's enough of that. Let's start it up. As Mika fiddled with the controls, the bus boat shuddered awake. Huh? And sputtered off with odd screeching noise we heard earlier. I think we're missing something. Maybe it's the form transmogrifier that was messing up? Yow! I thought my eardrums were gonna burst. What could possibly be causing that noise? Mika, I think it's that one part where we had to make do with what we had. What was that? Did you just say make do? We didn't have a choice. There weren't enough parts in stock. There's this one thing that was supposed to be irreplaceable, but the problem is... This wasn't the sound of its engine, was it? It's the gigantic mutant we've encountered before. It's headed this way. It's likely drawn here by the same clamor as before. That's good news. That big boy has the exact part we're missing on its back, don't it? It does, I guess. Big sis, are you really? I am really, and it's one expensive and tricky to manufacture part, isn't it? Don't you remember the way it killed the employees of other boat workshops? Well, that's because it crashed into us, not because we were hunting the bastard for parts. But now I have these lads and lassies to help us. Besides, it killed the people that helped us to start Moeller Boatworks from our bum days, didn't it? Looks like this isn't the time to give it a right smashing down its noggin. Oh, fuck. Looks like this is just the time to give it a right smashing down its noggin. It's the British English. It rolls off the American English tongue strangely, and make me some more wine out of its brain juice too. Big sis, can we get some too? What do you mean we? This king trash crab is supposed to be a few years old, so it has to be the same one from earlier.
Anyway, all we needed it was catch and kill that prick, isn't it?
Right on.
You heard a clock face.
Heathcliff turned to me, visibly eager to go up and crush some shells. Let's not. Isn't it better for us? What are you talking about, Ishmael? Gee, Ishi. Where have you been all this time? I was making preparations for our survival in the Great Lake, obviously. The least I can do is make an exhaustive guide on whales you can study up on, right? You know, I don't read that kind of stuff. Then I'll keep reminding you until you have you have no choice but to read it. See, manager, we still need more time. There's so much more to prepare. That king trash crab can be repelled, can it? Then let's do that and finish modifying the bus later, with more time on our hands. Ishmael, I'm not sure my lack of memory doesn't help, but of course, I don't get what you're so scared of, or what we're supposed to be preparing for. As much as I wanted to respect your opinions and reflect on them, I don't think this is the best for all of us, so there is no all of us. Huh? Let's be honest here. Is any one of us devoting themselves for the sake of this all of us? We all signed a contract with Limbus Company for our own goals. I did, Yi-Sang did, as we saw last time, and all the other sinners did. Aren't we only in this together to achieve our personal aims? And you too. You're forcing yourself to look for those golden bow things. You've probably never heard of once in your life, just so you can get your memories back. You have a more selfish motive than anyone else here, so why do you pretend like you're doing anything for all of us? God, my throat is just fucking shot today. How dare you raise your voice against... Enough. Virgilius, who seemed to have been discreetly listening in on our conversation, joined as though he'd been part of it from the start. Ishmael, I believe I've made myself clear during our meeting. The contract comes first. The contract, huh? Sure, this is a company I'm working for. Of course it does. Ishmael glared at me with a face unlike anything she'd shown before. I sensed clear hostility in her eyes. Fine, I'll abide by the oh-so-honorable contract. Manager, give me your orders and I'll follow them. So if there's anything you want from me from now on, state it clearly. I won't get out of line by providing unsolicited help or explanations anymore. What are we waiting for? Weren't you going to order us to kill that giant crustacean? I'll gladly obey, as it's stipulated in the contract, Manager Dante. After Ishmael finished speaking, she blankly stared at me as if awaiting my order, to which I could only reply with, "Let's go." As soon as I finished, Ishmael turned around and left the shop, as if on cue. All I could do was lead the other sinners and follow her. Just then, I heard vicious sounds of crashing waves and the roars of an all-crushing storm. Visions of destruction passed before me. Limbs and bits of flesh tear off. In the shredding storm that brings crashing waves, Ishmael clinging to the ship for dear life. And the behemoth of an eye, its overwhelming and all-consuming size looming over the ship, watches her in silence. Perhaps this could be a clue to Ishmael's perplexing behavior. Yeah, I've seen The Wrath of Khan, so I have a general a general idea of the Moby Dick theme. Through hell's heart, I stab at thee. To my last breath, I grapple with thee. Is that how it goes? It's that last bit in the end when Khan is monologuing in the destroyed ship. It's a good movie. I need to go watch that again. It's been a long time. So, when I do pulls, which is the set that I should be pulling from today? I think I'm going to go to the end of this intervallo, and then I'll probably end up calling it a stream, because my voice is not 100% today. And it looks like we're kind of winding down. Saying I should pull from Rhodion's. There's the, is that, hang on a second. Was it Rhodion? I thought it was somebody else's, like, it was Otis's is the targeted one, and then there's the one above it, and then there's the standard extraction. So the one above it that has, like, the featured Heathcliff skin is the one I should pull from? Yeah, I feel like pulling Otis banners would be silly. It's Rhodion and Heathcliff? Okay, got it. Yeah, because I do think I would like to have, more middle stuff, but I don't know what's gonna come out of. I'm sure I could look at the odds or look at the options, but I don't know that I'll ever have enough. Excuse me. I don't know that I'll ever have enough lunacy on hand to be able to do enough pulls to get what is it? There's like the ideality you can like if you get up to 200 you can choose just like outright pick a character that you want that's on the banner. Calculating odds for losers is for losers just get lucky. Yeah, whereas that one thing is like, what are the odds of this thing happening that just happened? And Necro's like 100% because it just happened. Obviously. It is true. Is that the big crab? Yeah, that's the shipping container crab. Let's gun him down.
사정없이 몰아칠 터져 찾지 못할
목을 내놓고 있도록.
이제 갖고 놀기 틀렸다. 백풍 준비한 기믹은 이게 다인가? 발광 차단.
그 오물을 떼어내주지.
백풍 귀와 요격 삼수.
This crab is cooked.
발광 차단.
다 죽어라.
I don't know why we were all scared of that. We killed things significantly larger and spookier. According to Virgilius, the people at the boatworks have been saving up for a trip back to V Corp's back streets where the fixer office used to be. After experiencing a warp train malfunction, they apparently decided they'd rather take the car. I considered telling them the truth I learned from a number of identities, but I figured ignorance is bliss and kept my figurative mouth shut. Maybe I feared that the things I said could bring bad results again, like how Ishmael has fallen out with me. Come on, get working. Oh, we've got him up now. Looks like our job's done. And lucky you, the tide is in. You should be able to set off now. Now then, switch to boat mode. Oh, it transforms thusly then. I've got to say, I have great admiration for whoever designed this vehicle. I heard stories of it, but to see it in motion firsthand, if you tried, it could most certainly change into other forms, as long as the core is intact. How can such a core be real? I'm just amazed, for lack of a better term. Indeed, Faust is amazing. Alright, now get in the vehicle. You can switch the mode again once you're in the water. Aboard the boat shaped Mephistopheles, we forged ahead into the ever-rising waters. My relationship with Ishmael was still precarious, which was something I still wasn't sure what to do about. But since some of the sinners were also trying to be supportive towards Ishmael, I decided that it would be best if I tried to come up with a solution in the meantime. Maybe I'll find out more the further we get from the shores of the Great Lake. It's sailing, all right. Does that mean we can get paid and go out for a meal now? We actually got our money a minute ago. As soon as we fulfilled our end of the contract, a delivery fixer from the Deviat Association came by and paid us the remainder. Oh, our contractor turned out to be a pretty big deal, huh? God damn, now that's a catch. How about we take a break from the trash crabs and splurge for some pork? Pork belly barbecue. Sounds good, big sis. By the way, Mika, yes? When did we add a submarine mode to the modifications? We didn't. The ship looks like it's listing.
Oi, get in water quick!
Buckets! Where are the buckets? I have found a hole. This must be TD. We're off, glub glub. I'll get the lifeboat. Guess we should also prepare to pony up penalty fees. We're screwed. Making something watertight is tough. Finn. With our frantic attempts to drain the bus and Charon's skillful rowing, we managed to get back to the boatworks and have the bus repaired. With that, our voyage on the Great Lake began somehow in earnest. Just don't put holes in it, that's true. Oopsie doopsie. They made an uwu fucky wucky. Wait, what the fuck? Wait, go back. Go back. Stop. Stop. Go back. Menu. Menu, please. Menu, please. The fuck did I click? The first Walpurgis Night. I did not intend to click that. It's the Intervallo, and then they've got the two minis pop up immediately afterwards. I was trying to go back to the Intervallo to claim those. And the game really wanted to push me into the next section. So there's two minis up now. Okay. So let's do some pools. It's the Rhodian Season 7 one, yeah? Oh, that looks cool. I like that. Is this the thumb? Okay. Yeah, so we're gonna do, I think we're gonna do a whole bunch of pulls. So the first thing I wanna do actually is I wanna go to the window, to this, and she calls, my God. I don't think you're supposed to say that. We're gonna go to the shop over here and I'm gonna pick up these last 8. Yeah, God, that's all, those are expensive. Oh, no, they're not. Never mind. Okay, and then what else do we have? These are not important. These are just, all these ones at the top are just cosmetic. So now we're back down to like XP tickets and shit, right? So there's the 74 XP tickets. I think I'm gonna buy these out first. There's a much smaller stock of them. They're kind of like limited use or whatever. Crates give shards, which can translate to more middle IDs. Yeah. And then we'll buy these EXP tickets. Yeah. All right, there we go. We do have a ton of crates. I guess there's no reason to not open up the there's the random identity boxes. There's no reason not to open up all of these. So we're just gonna open up all these. I don't really care to see what I got. And then there's the ticket here. This is the Season 1 Battle Pass ego that I just get for free. I would love to just be told what is a good ego in this thing, because I have no idea what I'm looking at. I don't know what any of this shit does. That looks cool. But I feel like going for what looks cool is probably not the way to go here. So whatever this ego thing, whatever the better of the ego things is, that's what I'd like to go for. That's what I'd like to get. So if you could just tell me, the best one is totally the Gregor one. You're not fucking with me, Meat Muncher? The way you said that is like you're fucking with me. Tree Gregor? Dryad Gregor? Fluid Sac is healing fourth match is good in general. Rhyme Shank is for sinking. It's better than his base ego. Okay. Yeah, I whenever it's the way you said it made me incredibly skeptical at a glance. Yeah. You said fourth match is pretty good in general. Rhyme Shank is for sinking. Yeah, I haven't created it. I'm like, I don't think I'm even close to making a, I almost selected that. I wanted this one. Yeah? Fourth match. Thank you, anonymous gifter, and welcome to the subscription, Necro. You're delightful. It's always lovely to have you here. God, my voice is so fucked right now. All right, that's enough of that. Let's do the extractions.
결투를 받아들여라.
Pirate Otis. Ego's good for new Roadie and is probably getting a thread spin 5 soon. That's cool. Trash. More trash, please. Nom 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 nom. Give me that tasty, tasty trash.
모든 슬픔과 눈물을 끌어모아 대신 울어드릴 수 있다면
More Sinclair. Cavernous Wailing. Yeah, Sinclair Ego. I have like 3 egos a total, so anytime I get a new ego, that's good. Well, our luck had to run out eventually, right? We are cooked, ladies and gentlemen. We are completely out of lunacy. I've been saving that shit up for a week and a half. A glass of creamer. Have you gotten the tickets from the event shop? Yes, that's what I did right before I did all of those pulls. All of those are used, I think. Yeah, well, I still have a couple of tickets left over, but all of the ones from the events are done. I bought those. Yeah, right here. These ones. The pull tickets are all cooked. I just want to get these, the event tickets, the EXP tickets are the only thing that I'm interested in getting from that. But yeah, I'm not surprised. You know, I think we had some pretty decent luck the first couple of large extractions that I did. So I'm genuinely not surprised that we're at the point where, yeah, we're not getting decent pulls anymore. Or we have like 4 duds in a row. Yeah, I got like fucking Bupkis four times in a row. Not surprising at all. I mean, that's gacha games thrive on you being like, but I really wanted that thing. I'll just spend a little bit of money and then I'll be able to get the thing I wanted. And then whenever you spend a little bit of money, you get the thing you wanted, then you look at that like, oh yeah, you know, hey, spending money did do the thing and we can do that again. Next time I really, really want a thing, then I can do that and I can get the thing. But that's one of the strong points of I feel like one of the strong points of me playing these kind of games is I'm just immune to that pull. Anytime I have a scenario like this where I have my like shitty luck or whatever, I'm just like, yeah, that welcome to gacha game. That is what it does. I'm not at all compelled. I'm not at all compelled to spend money. Anyway, yeah, hopefully I'm gonna try to rest my voice and get a good night's sleep tomorrow as well. Hopefully I can recover. I know it's like 2 hours earlier than I usually end the stream, but I'm just like still fucking wiped out and my voice is shot. We're gonna do, I think tomorrow, of course I'll be back tomorrow. We're gonna do, I think, both of these minis, and we're gonna just dive right into Kanto 5. I'm really hoping to make some hard progress over the next couple of weeks, and push in deeper to the story. If for no other reason than so that we can, you know, of course I'm enjoying the story, but for no other reason than just to be able to move on, because this game has, as far as I've been able to tell, this game has significantly less gameplay, like actual gameplay in it, when compared to the previous games. I mean, only time's gonna tell. We'll see. Even if all of the Kantos are as drawn out as Kanto 4 was, I don't think it's going to take us very long to be done. Anyway, thank you guys so much for hanging out. I'm going to just chill and play some games and relax for the rest of the day because I'm wiped out until I have to work at least. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have an awesome night. Sweet dreams and stuff. And toodles. Ew. Who does hang out and play games with friends? You do that. What are you talking about? Oh, you mean sleep? Oh, okay. That's true. You don't often do that. Well, I hope you sleep if you want to. Bye.